everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we'll see a team that can get it done on the ground. The Cowboys are top 10 in rushing TDs, and they'll go up against the Redskins, team that wants to keep the running game in check.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there, 82 yards. And the Redskins have taken a first quarter lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Big hold of the 30. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses. Those exact type of runs.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Let's go! Ohio! 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 Come on, flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Kaepernick will try again on second down. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ryan 38.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pick up there, 26 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
In the red zone this time.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Ohio. Flex round.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What?
Now Kaepernick. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. First carry, he loses the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Back to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. This is a nice little stretch he's putting together. Remember, 3 sacks last week.
And now he's off to the races in this game because he thinks, okay, that's the start of something big because he's in a zone. He's locked in. So offensively, you've got to occupy him. Maybe even run the ball at him as opposed to passing it so he can't just pin his ears back and rush the quarterback.
That's taken on the 25. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Here we go. On 2nd down, here's Kaepernick. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Let's go. Brand 38.
They run. This is Lewis. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Kaepernick wants to throw on 3rd and 1. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's got some space here. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Now back to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Second down following the incompletion. Time running out here on the play clock. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. He'll look to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Red zone opportunity. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see. And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A gain of 39 that time. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And incomplete on the deep ball. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
From the gun on third down, Kaepernick going underneath for Lewis. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. A good effort there from distance, but he might have needed a little more help from the air conditioning behind him on that one.
It probably would have helped. This is awfully close to getting there. It was right on target, but it winds up being just a little bit short.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's first down from the 42. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll set up to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. To throw here. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And tough starting field position here.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, go down. Let's go. What?
They'll start things on first down with Dion Lewis. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
In his own end zone, it's Kaepernick. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Let's go.
Kaepernick now on first down. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Come on, let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Go. Ohio. Check. Here we go. Ohio.
Now Lewis. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
The Cowboys on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12.
Let's go. What? Flex round.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the... Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And now running right through him. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Redskins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Green 39.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
play fake. He'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. Sets up the screen to Lewis. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Come on, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Let's go.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. 38.
This is Lewis. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle.
Here we go. Brand 38.
Again, it's Lewis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7.
Come on, let's go.
Now Kaepernick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Covington with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Again, here's P. Ryan. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Redskins on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. Jordan Reed has it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And Reed with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll look to throw here on first down. Caught on the right side, Reed. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They'll drop the throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now a handoff looking right. Oh, eluding the tackle. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's P. Ryan, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. And it's 21-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And out now come the Cowboys. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They start the drive on the ground with Lewis. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. And before we could even hear from Larry, we're back and ready to go in Week 5. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Ryan 38! Flex round! Flex round!
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Over the middle, Julian Edelman. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Kaepernick throwing on second down. And that's incomplete. He was looking to find some space for Dion Lewis there. And it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brooks. And a nice gain of 21 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Julian Edelman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be knocked down sideways. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working, and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a carry for Pirine, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a play fake here on first down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a second down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. All right, here we go. Blue 90. No. Check. Patriot. Here we go now. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Green 39.
Now Pirine, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun now on third down. A strong running. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Flowers. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Offense comes to the line now, first and 10.
Here we go. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Zone now. They'll look to throw. Setting up the screen to Pirine. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The Redskins on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 7. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. The Redskins on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 7. Now they try the right side here. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Let's go! 3-19! Leopard! Back down Philly! Here we go! Let's go!
They'll run it here with Pirine. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. They'll run again with Pirine. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. And this seemingly endless drive continues. To throw on 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
To throw, Kaepernick, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. On first down, Kaepernick. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Brooks. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. To throw, Kaepernick. Going underneath for Lewis. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Again, it's Kaepernick. On the right side, caught by Green. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Julian Edelman with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
And this is going to be covered up by the Redskins. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And the D looking like they may blitz.
Let's go. 3, 19.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Looking to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off Byron Jones. He's at the 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the fourth. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
It's P-Ryan to begin the drive. And he'll get this one up to the 26. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Redskins on third down. They've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll set up to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. Oh, what a move. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
Let's go! Flex round!
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. To throw is Kaepernick. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Crowder's got it over the middle. He finds an opening past the 40 and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. A handoff as they run the counter play. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
The play clock's running down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Blue landed.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. Blue landed. Blue landed.
He'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket. for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Throw left side complete. That's Brooks. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be marked down deep in Washington territory. A big play here for Dallas. 47 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. He's back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Back to throw. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Back to throw here. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. And no, they can't connect on the pass. So that gets the clock down to 11. Time for probably 2 more plays. Got to go quickly, though. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. His pass caught at the 4. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So they're on that play. Offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your...
And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. One final try for Kaepernick. We've seen this before. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Washington, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.